Steve, I did find the executive summary. Thank you.
Oh yeah, Jason Felt is not going to be here either. I believe it's his wedding anniversary, and he felt that if you came to this and not that, he wouldn't be live tomorrow.
Who was that again?
Jason Felt.
Jason Felt.
If he shows up, then I was wrong.
Steve, I
think
did
you-
find the
Okay.
executive summary. Okay.
Okay, well, we've got a quorum, don't we? All right, well, maybe we'll get started here and hopefully the others will join us shortly. So it's now 6 o'clock. And this is the Roy City Planning Commission work session, June 23rd, 2020. And we will unfortunately have to bypass the Pledge of Allegiance again due to our technical capabilities here at the moment. So we will move to the agenda item number 1, which would be a declaration of conflicts. Does anybody have any conflicts to declare at this time?
I don't.
No.
Okay. Looks like we got another one showed up. There being no declaration or no conflicts to declare, we'll move on to agenda item number 2, which will be the approval of the May 26, 2020 work session minutes. Do any commissioners have any changes or additions that we need to make to those minutes at this time?
No.
Okay, that being none, we'll need a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
And a second.
I second.
Seconded. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the minutes are approved. So we'll move to agenda item number 3, which will be the discussion on the general plan update. So we'll turn the time over to Steve.
Thank you, Chair. Again, this is just a continuation of the general plan discussion. I know last time we kind of talked about when to have these kind of public open house / town hall type meetings. I know some of us were kind of hopeful that we'd go green and be able to have more people in a meeting than what we can now. So my thoughts are okay, we've waited a few more weeks, we're kind of in there. So can we think of or come up with 2 plans? One, if we go green, and one if we don't. Because I'd hate to have this all of a sudden spiral into August and September and still not have an opportunity to present the plan to the public and get their opinions. So any thoughts?
So we can have up to 500 people on a Zoom account. I don't expect that we're going to have that many people that want to have anything to say, but that could be an option if we don't go green.
And I don't know if they signed me up for Zoom has that capability of 500. I think I probably got the lower one of 150, 200, but
That's probably a more realistic number to expect.
yeah, that could be just to do a Zoom meeting, do a presentation, and then open it up for comments.
Yeah.
Suggestions. I guess the thing would be is dates, because we do have to have it enough time ahead in order for me to advertise. I did look into what it would cost to do a mailing and or put it in the water bill. Water bill is $5,000. Mailing without the water bill is about $7,500. I didn't ask him if I did a postcard. That might drop it down a bit. Of course, the monthly news magazine is at least free to me because it already gets sent out anyway. So that cost has already occurred.
Mhm.
Of course, free stuff, I can put it on Facebook, on the website. Of course, here and try to do postings maybe at grocery stores and other places. I just nearly dropped when I talked to Matt about sending a single sheet of paper in the
Yeah, it's expensive.
envelopes for the water bill, and the more sheets that get put in there, the higher the price goes. So they try to keep it as small as possible.
I
So,
don't have my water bill handy. Isn't there a place on there that we could just have something typed in as they process the amounts, like a data processor?
I could look and see.
Okay.
I know I receive the water bill and that information through my email. Is that something that could be going out to people also?
Have all of you given your email to the city?
I have, but I've never received anything from them. It's been a long time ago.
I have
though.
too. Yeah, I
could
gave mine
look
too.
I could look and see
I
if
have to check.
how many emails they've got. You know, if they got 1,000 plus, it might be worth doing it that way as well.
Yeah.
But I'll look and see if, you know, if we can put a little corner announcement on the water bill itself.
Mhm.
That would cost.
So Steve, why do we have to advertise this one different than all the other things? Don't you always have to advertise?
Well, for public hearings, I do, and the way the state statutes and our ordinance are, it's 300 feet from the property. But this being the general plan for the entire city, I've got to try to notify as many people about it as possible. So it is a little different. If this is just,
That makes sense.
you know, Taurus's corner of the world in his neighborhood, and we were just doing a neighborhood plan, then I would just notify them. But when you're looking at 12,000 homes, it gets pricey quite quickly.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I didn't realize that. Thank you for clarifying.
Uh-huh.
Is there going to be room in the budget for that? I know they were kind of discussing about some of the shortfalls we might have with the COVID thing.
At this moment, no. But the city is amending their budget because they are getting some federal dollars. I think it's called the CARE Act, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they also
Hasn't
need
been
to help
tweaked out.
provide some of that to businesses and stuff. So I don't know how much the city will keep versus have a grant program for companies to come and get. But right now, yeah, the budget is pretty tight. So I'm going to look for all ways I can do this on a dime budget.
So Steve, a couple of the thoughts that I have, obviously I think public input on this is absolutely critical. That's why we're having this discussion. But I think we need to really focus in on what it is, the purpose. I would love to do town halls, and I know Taurus, you've talked a lot about that aspect, and I think you're spot on. We need to get out in front with the public and discuss this. Obviously with the COVID, we have some limitations here. But my thought, I was thinking about this a little bit earlier, how could we do it? And what I would really like to do, and I think we could do it fairly inexpensively, is create a portion of the website, just a regular page that's dedicated to this. And if we do, a full Zoom presentation, I think it's hard to have the interaction that we would like through Zoom. But if we have a full presentation of what exactly it is in the general plan that we're doing, then if we could put together maybe like a 5-minute or less highlight video that people will watch. I don't think people are going to tune in and look at the webpage for an hour and a half to watch a presentation on it. But if there's a short, here's the highlight summary, here's exactly what it is, what we're trying to do, kind of the overarching principles, and have a short video that we can put there. That's not going to cost a whole lot to put together. then I think we need to have a dynamic page where people can interact. And that could be through Google Forms or with the website. I'm not sure what options we have, but something like that doesn't cost a whole lot, but give a place where people can put their name, their address, their phone number. We can see if they're Roy citizens and give them an opportunity to comment, but make it easy so that people can get to. Then my thought is that's what we can notice. If there's a place in the water bill where we can just slip a one-line thing that says, hey, general plan update, go to royutah.org/general plan. And that's what you can get out there on social media. That becomes very easy to advertise that little link saying, hey, there's general plan updates. That's kind of my thought on that. I think postcards you can get pretty cheap on the mailings. I don't know if you looked at postal routes, but if you're just doing a generic household delivery to it, you can get the rates down, but you're still looking, like you said, probably $7,000 to do that, which is in the times we live in, that may be too much. But I think if we explore those, that's my thoughts, is having something there where we can have a long presentation, a short video, and then an easy to find comment thing. And then we can review the comments and things like that come in.
Okay. Well, I know the consultant we had to get comments had an interactive website. So maybe I can talk with him at the same thing. Post his little executive summary that he presented. That may be a little long, but we can see what the time frame is. At least post the long version of the plan, post the executive summary, and then maybe he can present a 5-minute quick video of what it is, and then have that a page that's interactive that we can, in the meantime, get comments while they're just kind of looking at.
We also have all of these meetings recorded on YouTube. So if we got the link, we could put a link in maybe the web page to one of the YouTubes of our meetings where the presentations were given, for the public to have another easy access, just a one-click. Here's the presentation. You could do that with the executive summary or the other one as well, unless they want to do a little more polished presentation of their own.
Well, I'll ask them, and if not, then we can grab that YouTube video and at least cut off the beginning where we talk and then cut off the end where we talk. And so
Well, if we can do an interactive something on the website, could we not get people who are interested to give us their emails, and we could notify them of every meeting that way, and they would get actual notice?
yeah, we can probably ask them to, give their email, have some sort of, if you're gonna leave a response or comment, then give us your name and contact.
And that way,
And see if we can do that with his,
we sent you
with
notice,
his
we sent you an email.
right.
Okay, I like that idea.
So the next question, and I kind of like all these ideas, is kind of when should we, how much longer should we wait until we just say, okay, we've got to have a meeting and it's going to be Zoom and this is what we're going to do.
What was the time frame again, Steve?
Yeah, what's the timeline?
Us needing to get this passed for the next fiscal year, kind of a thing, for city council to be able to review it?
We're not on a time frame.
We're not.
No, this is not like budget where it has to be done by a certain time. It's just, the quicker we can do things, the quicker we can get it to the council so they can review in, everybody's minds that's fresh, and the citizens that came to our meetings, it's not like 9 months later. So
What about the end of July to the 15th of August, between those 2 weeks?
to have a meeting?
Maybe. How's
Yeah.
that look?
I say do it the first meeting in August.
I
First
say we
week in
have
August?
meetings on the 14th and 28th of
That's
July.
my vote.
First week of August?
Well, it doesn't have to be an actual meeting, Steve, not a work study or work session.
No, I don't want to take your regular meeting in case someone applies
Oh, I
for
misunderstood.
an application of something and we have to have a meeting. This is just above and beyond. So we could say,
Okay.
Wednesday, the first week of August is when we'll have it. Now, if it's Zoom or in person, we'll wait and see, but somehow at least start getting things advertised. But again,
I say let's do it sooner rather than later.
in order to have the announcement in the monthly newsletter, I've got to have it in there in a week and a half. So the concern comes, I announce it as a Zoom meeting and all of a sudden we're in green and we want to have it as a regular meeting.
So we can't say it will be a Zoom-based meeting unless
I
in the
can,
event of.
well, okay. It's Zoom unless we go green.
Yeah.
So my
Okay.
question with a Zoom meeting, though, what do we really gain with a Zoom meeting that we wouldn't gain necessarily with just a video presentation, seeking feedback and comments? You can't see the person's emotions, but what do we gain necessarily by doing a Zoom meeting that's going to be difficult to manage versus getting the feedback through a form on the website if somebody's willing to take the time to do that?
Mm.
And maybe the announcement in the magazine is more of starting this date, the general plan, an executive summary, and a 5-minute video will be online. Please take an opportunity to watch and review, and please your comments, and then have a, I hate to say a drop dead date, but a date on which we just say, okay, we've had that comment period. And then
I'm okay with that.
in mid-August, all of a sudden everything goes green, then maybe we can research to find out what emails we have in the city amongst, if I've got 10,000 emails, then that's a quick, easy way to say, hey, in 2 weeks, we're having a meeting at such and such place.
Yeah.
Join us.
Is there a phone number, Steve, that we could have a message where people could leave a voice? I'm just trying to think of how we include maybe those that don't have access to technology. Is there a way that we could set up a phone number with a voice box that they can call? And that's another option that we can give them as well to get that.
When you see those bright blue signs that say, hey, Planning Commission public hearing, I can use that phone number.
That's a good idea, I think also.
I agree. I like that idea too.
Yeah, let's give everybody every option to comment that we can, and
Yeah.
try not to linger this thing on too terribly long, but yeah, let's give everybody enough time to mull it over and think about it, try to get their comments in, and if we're able to get some voice to text, maybe print it out of those voice recordings. I don't know if that's possible.
Well, I'll ask Mark from Landmark Design about putting it on a website to have it interactive. And then, I don't know, should we give them a month time frame?
What if we have the website done by the middle of July and give us a chance to kind of review what's there before we go live? But that would be three weeks. That should be ample time for Landmark and us to put together. I like Jason's idea of putting some links to the meetings in there. If there's some key text that we need, something that just kind of, most people don't know what the general plan is. So if we can kind of give them, I always think of things in terms of bite, snack, meal. So we want to give them a little bit of a bite, let them look at it. If they want more, they can have a snack. If they want to digest the whole thing, they can dig in and have all of the resources. But at least if we give them a little bit, that should give them enough that they can make some comments and give us the feedback we need before we move forward.
Okay. Yeah, I can talk with Mark and then kind of bring back what we can do and how it kind of a non-live, what it would look like so you guys can review it.
That's a good idea, I think, for all.
I like that.
I like it. I agree too.
And you can give out the URL for the magazine as long as we're committed to doing this. You can get that out early, even though everything's not necessarily in place on that site, because it won't hit people's houses until August.
So when's the deadline to get this information in the magazine?
I'll find that out.
Okay. Because I know there are people, I get feedback that people do look at that. And, you know, it gets to a lot of people and many of them read it and it doesn't cost us anything much more. So. All righty. Well, have we given you enough work to do yet?
Always.
It's our
That's
job.
okay. That's kind of what I'm here for, is to try to make your guys' life simple, but still get everything done that we need to do.
We appreciate that.
If I wasn't here, then you guys would have to do all this.
Ooh,
That
And I know that
that's scary.
yeah, I live in Sunset, and it's the chairman that gets to do all this work.
Ooh.
No, that's okay now.
You ready for that, Jason?
No, no. You might find somebody quitting if you have to do all that.
Okay.
Hard to have a full-time job and all this at the same time, you know? But no, I think it's a good plan. So Steve, would we be then having probably
You
another?
froze.
I'm frozen. How now?
Yeah, just moving.
I'm sorry, you froze. So all I heard was Steve.
Oh, okay. So will we be having possibly another work session for you to bring us the information that was requested here tonight? Or will you just kind of send that out in an email?
What I'll probably do is just a time frame. I don't want to wait till the end of July to do all this. I'll get with Mark and see what he says, and then see if he can throw something together kind of quick. I'll send it out via email just so you guys can kind of review, go to the website that's not active yet, let you guys kind of see what's on there, and then you can tell me, yeah, we like it, or please change this, or add this or add that, you know, kind of give me some comments. And then maybe during the first meeting in July, we can kind of have this as another item to discuss and kind of go over any little issues we might have to finalize. Because I want
Great.
everything, at least in a public meeting, so it doesn't appear we're doing stuff behind the scenes. Some things I think we can do group email wise. You know, we're not making a decision. We're just kind of getting some ideas, and then we can get that decision done in the first meeting in July. And then we can go active on it and then get everything out.
Great. Sounds like a good plan, Steve. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Do we have any other issues anybody like to bring up? All right, we'll move to the commissioner's minute, which anybody have anything on top of what we've already
I
been
did.
discussing?
I wanted
do?
to say something. Yeah.
Oh,
So
Good.
this is Sam. Hi. So I
Steve.
noticed they're building those houses over by the Maverick and the McDonald's and all that. And Steve, I wanted to say that with your recommendation and research, like that really is a nice transition, like seeing it all together, to see the houses, the townhouses, and where the businesses are. I think that was a really good job you did for our city. So I wanted to just say thank you.
Second that.
And it's just, and I hate to say it this way, but thank you, Sam, for that. But again, when you have commercial, the best buffer between residential and commercial is some sort of multifamily, because it's not as intense as commercial. So you kind of have that buffer. But some places it works, some places it doesn't. I just think that
I
was
feel that's like the first project that I've worked on that I've seen come full circle, because when I came on, and that was kind of what we started with and stuff, but I think it's been really good for our city. I really like it.
well, good to know.
thank you for the comment. Do we have anybody else who would like to discuss anything?
Do you have an update on where they're going to locate the cemetery, or are they still looking at places? Okay.
It's a matter of budget.
It'll be below ground.
I'm so glad. I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to think of those bodies levitating.
It's not
over
New
the
Orleans. We
steps
don't
of
have it
joy.
above ground.
Yeah, it's a matter of budget. location. I know there's an area that they're looking at. But to buy 5 acres, we need, a couple $1 million, and then you have to build a road to get to it. And then, it's a matter of budget and timing. It's not like the current cemetery, what's right off an existing road.
Yeah.
Those are going to be hard unless you're down on 6,000 South, where that church farm is next to Winco.
Okay.
But we've already contacted them and they're not going to sell it. So,
Okay.
so anywhere we go, it's going to be a little more pricey just because you have to build some sort of road to get there.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I,
So
I
do you
know
have
the
any-
mayor is still actively looking and following up on any leads that he gets.
Okay. So do we have any news about the opening date of the Chinese buffet, or is there anything maybe coming to that Village Inn location?
Nope, and nope.
I want Chinese food.
I've been by there, and there are trucks and there are people working inside the building,
Yeah.
but I can't
I
see
saw
what
that last week.
progress they're making.
They kind of timed it right, I guess, started construction when the COVID hit, so they didn't have to shut down.
Yep.
The Village Inn is a matter of, someone buying it, but knowing that UDOT is good and widen 56, the on and off ramp there,
Desirable.
it may be hard for people to want to swallow that kind
Access
of
it.
money and then not be able to do much later. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's all I had.
Okay, any other commissioners wish to comment? Okay, being none, staff update. Steve, is there anything beyond what we've already discussed?
Well, I just wanted to forewarn you, somehow next meeting in July, you're not going to know what hit you. I can't necessarily let you know where they are, but we will have 2 rezone requests, a conditional use, a site plan and architectural review, and then an architectural review for a drive-up window. So it's going to be a packed meeting.
Okay,
So.
Thanks for the heads up.
Steve, is there any way you can get some of that information out to us before the Tuesday meeting so that we can take a look at it as it comes up?
Well, I can always send you stuff, but it's not going to have my staff report.
I think I'd rather have the staff report with it, but
But
Okay,
I'll try as hard as I can to get it done before Friday. It's just
okay.
of me sitting down writing it and no one interrupting me. So
Lots of luck.
there'll be lots of us to read, or lot for us to read. Holy crap, I can't speak. I guess up to that meeting.
yeah, well, I mean, yeah, they're not huge. I think the site plan and architectural review is going to blow some of you away. So
Okay, interesting.
Thanks for the heads up.
yeah,
Her interest is,
atrocity of a building.
All right, Steve, is that it then for staff update?
Well, just as Sam said, those buildings down there on 4,000 in Midland are on their way. The ones here on 19th, called Orchards at 19th, are done and occupied. Yeah, that's about, the hospital is looking, or the IHC clinic is getting ready to demolish their building, the old building. They're already in their new one and operating.
Oh.
If you don't remember what that looks like, drive down there. It's a good looking building.
Hmm.
We probably still haven't heard anything back on that one expansion that was supposed to be by the, whatever was the Ogden Clinic.
Oh.
That was brought up years ago. We've never heard anything since then. They've never,
Nope.
okay.
the old junior high is gone, or about
Old
gone.
junior high is
That's
down.
on. Yeah.
New one is up. Yeah, well, I didn't report on that one because we didn't do anything about it. So
What happened? Nice building.
the elementary school on Midland and 3548 Bridge Academy's
Ah, okay.
so in another school in which we don't review, but they're building it quite quickly.
Okay. Now, if that's all, we'll need holy crap.
Motion?
Motion to adjourn.
There we go. Thank you. Do we have a
So
motion?
moved.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll
I
second.
second.
Ooh,
Oh, Claude, I beat you.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody, for attendance today and your comments.
Bye.
you.
See you soon.